Have you ever noticed how Japanese people always seem effortlessly stylish? Whether it's a businessman in a crisp suit, a teenager in Harajuku fashion, or an elderly woman in a perfectly coordinated outfit walking her dog. In Japan, dressing well isn't about showing off wealth or chasing trends. It's a silent language of respect, harmony, and self-expression. But how did a nation once known for kimonos and samurai armor evolve into one of the most fashion-conscious societies on Earth? Today, we're uncovering why Japanese people dress so well and what the rest of the world can learn from it. Japan's fashion reputation didn't appear overnight. It's rooted in centuries of tradition, shaped by cultural values like kaizen, continuous improvement, and wa, harmony. From the refined simplicity of the kimono to the cutting-edge streetwear of Tokyo, Japan has found a way to merge discipline with creativity, modesty with confidence, and tradition with modern flair. Let's dive deep into the cultural psychology, social codes, and daily habits that make Japanese people some of the best dressed in the world. 1. The culture of respect starts with appearance. In Japan, the way you present yourself reflects how much you respect others. From school uniforms to workplace suits, appearance is not just personal, it's social etiquette. Dressing neatly shows consideration for those around you. You'll rarely see someone in Japan wearing dirty shoes or wrinkled clothes in public. Even when running errands, people tend to look tidy, coordinated, and intentional. This mindset, rooted in omotenashi, the spirit of hospitality and respect, creates a society where appearance is part of good manners, not vanity. When everyone respects the shared space, public aesthetics become a collective responsibility. The result? A nation where dressing well feels natural. 2. The legacy of the kimono, harmony, balance, and form. Long before modern fashion, Japan's sense of style was defined by the kimono. The kimono wasn't just clothing, it was philosophy. Every fold, layer, and pattern carried meaning, seasons, status, and even emotion. The design emphasized proportion, symmetry, and grace, key elements that still shape Japanese fashion today. Even though kimonos aren't worn daily anymore, their influence lingers in the preference for clean lines, layering, and balanced silhouettes in modern outfits. Designers like Yohji Yamamoto and Issey Miyake have famously taken inspiration from the kimono structure, creating minimalist yet powerful forms that redefine what it means to dress well. In Japan, good fashion is not about excess, it's about balance and intention. 3. Minimalism, the beauty of simplicity. Japan's deep connection to wabi-sabi, the philosophy of finding beauty in simplicity and imperfection, shows up clearly in the way people dress. Instead of loud colors or excessive accessories, many Japanese people favor neutral tones, simple cuts, and subtle details. This doesn't mean boring, it means refined. Every outfit is carefully considered to feel cohesive, peaceful, and functional. You'll often notice how Japanese people coordinate textures rather than colors, mixing cotton, linen, wool, and denim in ways that feel balanced and calm. In essence, their minimalism isn't about deprivation, it's about focus. The clothes serve the person, not the other way around. 4. Discipline and uniformity, a habit formed early. In Japan, looking presentable isn't a choice, it's a habit. This starts in childhood, with school uniforms. Every student learns to dress neatly, keep their clothes clean, and follow rules of presentation. By adulthood, these small habits evolve into a lifelong routine of discipline and precision, pressing clothes, matching tones, maintaining posture, and ensuring every detail is in place. This consistency isn't oppressive, it's comforting. It reinforces a sense of belonging and pride in one's community. Even in workplaces, the traditional suit culture emphasizes respect, organization, and teamwork. Dressing neatly signals reliability and seriousness. In a society where how you do anything is how you do everything, style becomes a reflection of character. 5. Fashion as self-expression, not rebellion. In many Western countries, fashion is often a form of rebellion, breaking rules, standing out, or rejecting norms. But in Japan, fashion is more about creative harmony. Even when people express themselves boldly, like in Harajuku or Shibuya, it's rarely chaotic. There's structure in the madness, layers of thought behind every color and accessory. Japanese street fashion isn't about clashing, It's about composing a visual story that makes sense within its own world. That's why even extreme subcultures like Lolita, Visual Kei, or Gyra maintain a strong internal logic, cohesion within creativity. This balance between freedom and order is what makes Japanese fashion so distinctive and admired worldwide. 6. The role of quality and craftsmanship. The Japanese concept of monozukuri, the art of making things with skill, care, and spirit, deeply influences how people think about clothing. Japanese shoppers tend to value quality over quantity. They would rather buy one well-made coat that lasts years than a cheap one that falls apart next season. This is why local brands like Uniqlo, Beams, and Muji thrive. They combine functionality, minimalism, and durability. Even small boutiques or thrift shops often carry garments made with precise stitching, natural fabrics, and excellent tailoring. This devotion to craftsmanship means clothes fit better, age beautifully, and feel intentional. In Japan, dressing well doesn't depend on luxury. It depends on respect for quality. 7. Urban aesthetics. The city shapes the style. Walk through Tokyo, Osaka, or Kyoto, and you'll notice something fascinating. The city itself feels like part of the outfit. Japan's cities are clean, organized, and designed with subtle aesthetics, matching how people dress. Public transport, cafes, offices, and streets are all spaces where appearance matters. People instinctively match their surroundings, polished yet calm, expressive yet contained. Even commuters on Tokyo's subways often look like they're walking fashion runways, sleek black coats, tailored trousers, and minimal accessories. The harmony between city design and personal presentation reinforces the collective sense of beauty that defines Japanese life. 8. Attention to detail. Every element matters. Japanese dressing is meticulous. From the shine on their shoes to the fold of a sleeve, details are everything. This comes from a broader cultural value known as kodawari, a dedication to perfection in even the smallest things. When it comes to fashion, kodawari means caring about how fabrics feel, how colors complement each other, and how an outfit behaves when you move. It's why you'll often see Japanese people tucking in shirts perfectly, aligning collars neatly, and maintaining posture that complements the outfit. These details, often unnoticed at first glance, create an overall sense of effortless polish. Because in Japan, dressing well is an art, an act of mindfulness. 9. The influence of seasons. Japan is one of the few countries where the seasons dramatically influence fashion choices. From cherry blossoms in spring to autumn's red leaves, nature dictates mood, color, and texture. During spring, light fabrics and pastel tones reflect renewal. In summer, linen and airy cottons dominate for comfort and breathability. Autumn brings earthy browns, oranges, and layered outfits, while winter highlights structure, coats, scarves, and boots in deeper shades. This sensitivity to seasons connects Japanese fashion to the rhythm of nature, making dressing not just a routine, but a ritual of awareness. When your wardrobe aligns with the natural world, your appearance becomes an expression of harmony. 10. Influence of global and local fusion. Japanese fashion thrives on adaptation without imitation. When Western fashion entered Japan after World War II, it wasn't copied, it was reinterpreted. Japanese designers absorbed Western styles, but transformed them with their own cultural precision. Think of Comme de Garçons, Yohji Yamamoto, or Issey Miyake. Their work redefined global fashion by merging avant-garde structure with Japanese subtlety. Even mainstream brands like Uniqlo bring this philosophy to life. Simple, accessible, universal, but undeniably Japanese. This balance between global influence and national identity creates a style language that feels both modern and timeless. 11. The collective pressure to look good. In Japan, social harmony often outweighs individual preference. People are deeply aware of how their appearance affects others' perception of the group. Dressing poorly could make you stand out, in a bad way. This doesn't mean people dress from fear. It's about maintaining a sense of social coherence. Even casual wear looks coordinated because nobody wants to disrupt the visual flow of public life. This cultural tendency, combined with the nation's love for order and aesthetics, naturally results in a population that appears well-dressed, even without trying too hard. 12. The everyday ritual of dressing. For many Japanese people, dressing is not a rushed chore, it's a daily ritual. In the morning, they take time to iron, fold, and coordinate their clothes. Accessories are selected thoughtfully, and even hairstyles complement the overall look. This mindfulness extends to how clothes are cared for, washed delicately, stored properly, and maintained with care. By treating clothing as an extension of personal dignity, the simple act of dressing transforms into a quiet act of discipline and self-respect. This consistent care keeps wardrobes timeless and makes everyday life feel purposeful. 13. The unspoken code of modesty. Japanese society values subtlety over flamboyance. Even when fashion is bold, it rarely crosses into vulgarity. Revealing outfits are uncommon in everyday settings. Instead, elegance is expressed through fit, texture, and structure. This restraint gives Japanese fashion a unique charm. It's confident without shouting. The goal is not to draw attention, but to earn admiration quietly. In a world obsessed with standing out, Japan proves that refinement and humility can be more powerful than spectacle. 14. The power of group trends and subcultures. Interestingly, while Japan values uniformity, it also produces some of the world's most creative subcultures. Each style tribe, be it Harajuku girls, Gyaru, Decora, or techwear enthusiasts, has its own internal codes and etiquette. People within these groups dress according to their shared aesthetic, often down to color palettes, hair, and accessories. It's not chaos, it's organized creativity. This duality between mainstream neatness and subcultural boldness keeps Japanese fashion vibrant and ever-evolving. 15. Fashion as an act of healing. After World War II and various economic struggles, fashion became one of Japan's creative outlets, a way to rebuild identity, confidence, and pride. Dressing beautifully became a subtle way to say, "We're okay. We care. We're rebuilding." That legacy still lives today. Whether through streetwear or high fashion, clothing expresses a quiet national resilience, a form of emotional recovery through aesthetics. Every crisp shirt and well-coordinated outfit is, in some sense, an act of harmony after chaos. So, why do Japanese people dress so well? Because for them, fashion isn't about impressing others. It's about honoring life itself. It's about respect, precision, balance, and harmony with the world around you. It's about treating every day like a chance to refine yourself, to move beautifully through space. When you see a Japanese person dressed impeccably on the subway, remember, that's not vanity. It's culture. It's mindfulness. It's history stitched into fabric. Perhaps that's what the rest of us can learn. That true style isn't about following trends. It's about expressing respect, balance, and care, not just for yourself, but for the world you move through.